Welcome to Skyewise Group. My name is Elvis Abyere. I'm the CEO of Skyewise Group. I'm also an author of a book titled Run with the Challenges of Life. Here in Skyewise, we have so much services for you. I would say for me, it started a very long time ago, right from secondary school. I have this ambition to want more from life. Went through school as a normal people. While everyone was in school, I used to do side hustle, doing labor jobs just to fend and get additional income. And thereafter I finished my secondary school, gain admission, tried to gain admission into the university. Unfortunately, I had some setback when it comes to jams. So I didn't make my cutoff mark. I've always wanted to be a lawyer. And for me to be a lawyer, I was told that I need to have 220 cutoff mark. And unfortunately, I found myself into Polytechnic and I studied accounting. And I graduated 2009 in accounting from Durban Polytechnic, Abuja. I did my first BSc with Abuja University. I did my second BSc Abuja Durban, what's it called, Base University, and do my MBA Lagos Business School. There are a lot of challenges. Even when I was in school, a lot of challenges. Sometimes school fees. I run to my parents. They will tell me I don't have, but I have to find alternative, like do some side hustle just to ensure that I pay my school fees. But when I started my company, or when I joined the bank, I would say I joined the bank 2007, which I did my IT, NYC, and so on. And I joined First Bank 2010. And when I got into the bank, I saw the way things were being done in the bank. I met my HR who interviewed me, and I told me that he has been in the bank for 28 years. And I look at his lifestyle, and I said, no, if this man has been here for 28 years, and what he say he have achieved so far for 28 years does not resonate with what I want to be like in the future, then I don't think the banking industry is for me, even though I know I love bankers, I love the corporate world. And I told myself I'm going to work for the bank for just 5 years and I will leave. And I started my own company, do something. Even at that point, I don't even know what I'm going to do. But along the line, I found my passion in the banking sector. And my passion came in between when I saw the challenges in the financial institution. I see a lot of people come to the bank, invest in the bank, collect loan from the bank. And I also saw something whereby there is significance to national development and actually setting us back in our in our economic aspect. You see, people come to the bank, they have different kinds of accounts. They have had businesses with the bank for a very long time. They have great turnover. Maybe by circumstances, something happened to that source of revenue. And they now go to the bank for maybe for a little facility, and the bank will deny them. Then they say, no, you don't have all the collateral to access a facility. And for those who probably have the collateral, it takes them a long time for the bank to approve it. And maybe for the purpose of them accessing that facility is to meet other school fees, maybe health issue, medical aspect, and so on, or court case. But the bank, because of the processes involved, will deny them. And before you know it, the purpose of them accessing that fund will be defeated and they may not need it anymore. So in other words, some people have great ideas also. Write to the bank, oh, I have these ideas, I want to start up a business. The bank will tell them because they don't have a collateral, the bank will also deny them. So I saw that gap and I told myself I'm going to bridge the gap. I don't care what happened. I'm going to what? Build a gap, or financial gap, whereby people who have great ideas, they don't have the finance. I'll probably look for a way to do that. So how did I start it? I actually have few friends then who are a bit liquid. So, and I also have few friends probably who have great ideas. I'm an idealist person. So I'll call my friends. I say, you know what, I have a guy who needs this facility, and he actually applied to the bank. The bank is denying this person, maybe like 1 million naira, 2 million. They have great business plan. And they'll say, okay, no problem, Elvis, I'm going to give you this fund. Whenever I collect from my friends, I'll give these guys. They're going to execute that project, that business idea, or a contract. At the end of the day, they'll pay me back with little interest. I will also pay my friend also with little interest. So I became an intermediary between my friend who have liquid and my friend also who also need liquid to start up his own business idea. And that was how I started. So in 2015, I left the bank and I started my own company, Skyewise. I started as a cooperative, Skyewise Cooperative then, and I have few members, friends who joined the cooperative. We have redeemable contributed members, and we now have members who are loaning members from us, and that was how we started. From there, I ventured into the automobile industry. Thereafter, I went to GIS, Skywise Global Investment Services, which actually are undergoing certification with Security and Exchange Commission, SEC. And now we are now Skywise Group. And what Skywise Group is doing, we're doing amazing, trying to help business people the banks are denying access to quality funding. Skywise is doing that, we're bridging that gap. And also we have what we call the Skywise Foundation, where we're helping entrepreneurship, because the future of Africa is entrepreneurship, and I always advise young people to look into that direction. If I've been able to achieve this for over 6 years now, I believe anybody can do that. Now, what we do in Skywise Foundation, we go to NYC, we go to schools, we write to them, we want to educate them to look into the direction of entrepreneurship, because we come to realize that the unemployment rate in Nigeria as of today is 33.3%. So, and I also say to myself and to people out there, radical economic transformation is not what you demand from the government. It's what we demand from ourselves as an individual and as a citizen. We can't just depend on the government to provide all the solutions. The white collar job is no longer in existence. Right now, we need to take our future in our hand. And that's what we are doing in Skywise Foundation, helping young people to be self-reliant in the 21st century. So what we do basically, we write to NYC, we write to schools. After then they apply. We say, okay, you know what, this is Skywise. We want to train young people who want to look into the direction of entrepreneurship. And people that indicate their interest, we annex them, we train them between 3 to 4 days. At the end of the day, we have what we call 21 lucrative businesses. They pick from it. Anyone they feel that they can do, we advance them with little funds, with minimum of 50,000, maximum of 200,000 naira. And these funds whereby they pay with zero interest. And we're given a window period of 3 to 6 months to pay back the principal. And when they pay back the principal, the business belongs to them. So far, so good. We started this project. We have been able to empower over 50 businesses that are striving in the FCT and beyond. And that is our own little contribution in the society and in terms of national development. And one thing I've come to realize as a student then, as I read a lot of textbooks, and I realized that the wealth of a nation is not being mentioned by the money in circulation, but by the goods and services produced in that nation. And that is one thing Skywise have come to play, to ensure that they bridge this gap, to ensure that people are being more productive in their day-to-day activities. We have young people out there whereby they can take their future in their hand. You know what I call them? I say, guys, you see, don't depend on the government anymore. The government is trying everything to probably secure insecurity, provide electricity, and so many. But for we, let's try to also what we can do for ourselves. What do you have to offer? So when I meet young people who have great ideas, and they resonate with me, because my goal and my legacy is want to help young people to stand on their feet, to become a problem solver. And that's why you see my book, Run with the Challenges of Life. Challenges of life have access to everybody, but does not have control over everybody. But for me as a person, the challenges that is pursuing me every day does not have the capacity to stop the vision that is driving me. So in my own advice to young people who want to go into the area of entrepreneurship, they should have a clear vision what they want to do. They must see whereby they want to solve a problem that will outlive them. They want to contribute to national development, and they want to leave a legacy behind. If they can have all this, the sky is just the starting point. They can become anything and achieve anything they set their mind to do. Okay, for me, why I think the entrepreneurship change is because we need to go back to what David Ricardo says, international trade. I know what I know how to do best. You know what you know how to do best. So when you probably bring your idea to materialize, I begin to, okay, I'm into the mobile industry, and also I'm into in the investment and finance industry. If another person go into entrepreneurship, maybe bring it in terms of production. Also, you know what? Like what I do now, people come say, oh, I have this land, I don't have a car. Let's trade. Bring your car, I'll give you my land. That's entrepreneurship. Are you getting it now? So it's trade by barter. So I advise people, you might not know the where without, you might not have all the skills or the finance, but have an idea whereby you need to understand the fact that you have something to offer as an entrepreneurship, because it's the future of Africa. For us to have a great country in Nigeria, we have the resources. We just need the human capital to harness these resources, to specialize in certain things whereby they can do. So for me, entrepreneurship is a tool for national development, which the government also have to look into that direction. Just for instance, what is happening in China today now? The reason China is where it is today is because of entrepreneurship. The government of China look, okay, you know what? We don't have all the wherewithal to reach out to all citizens, but we're going to partner with private sectors, maybe like a foundation, an NGO. Go and harness young people who have great ideas. They want to go into business, into entrepreneurship. Government of China will advance that company, that NGO, with liquidity. We empower that company. That company will now go, so you know what? And that's like 50 young person, 100 young person, 200 young person, and advance them with those funds. Now, the NGO or the private company is accountable to the government. Now, these young people that are accountable to this NGO or to this company, at the end of the day, when you're advancing the young people, you're advancing the company is advancing the young people. At the end of the day, it becomes a national development, because when you probably empower one person, according to say, you have empowered a family. When you empower a family, you have empowered a society. So for me, entrepreneurship is the way forward for national development, because it gives room to do more and to create more. For I'm more particular about young people, because why am I particular about young people? In the rhythm of life, the old people look forward to the young people. They are living, they have built so much empire. They are looking for the young people whereby, oh, I can probably, who am I going to leave my empire for? Why the teenagers that are coming up also look up to the youth. And why are they looking up to the youth? It's okay, because I was told as a kid, I'm not just in a direction of I want to learn by what you say to me, but what you do. So why am I particular about young people? Because they have the strength, they have the energy, and they have the ideas. So for us to grow a nation, I will need to harness the young people. And my advice to them is that for every young man out there watching this and listening to me, bring out the best in you, bring out your A game, irrespective of the challenges of life or Nigeria. Run with them. And that is why I recommend this book for every young person that wants to become great in life, to read this book. Challenges of life will always be there, but the good thing is that challenges of life does not have access to everybody. Does not announce its arrival, because if it does, we also want to go and block a way against it. So for as a young person, don't tell me that, oh, I came from a poor family, I came from a poor background, I have the idea, I don't have the finance. No, you don't have the resources within you. The day you unveil it within the resources within you, it becomes to materialize. And I put it in this way: the absence of money does not make anyone poor, but the inability to discover what you carried inside of you. When you unveil what you carry inside you, see, begin to pave way for you. So my advice to them is: one, have a great idea. Two, know what you want to achieve. Three, set a clear vision. Four, your ideas or your product or your services must be something that is not just for you alone, that will benefit people around you and going to contribute to national development. Because remember what I said earlier on, that the wealth of a nation is not being measured by the money in circulation, but by the goods and services produced in that country. I also read a book, said if I come into this world and eat what other people have invented, I am a thief. So I need to invent my own. So as a young man out there, you don't need to eat all by yourself what other people have planted. You need to plant your own to ensure that generation unborn also will read about you. You have so much inside of you. Don't let Nigeria circumstances, don't let your family background, don't even let your friend totally pull you down. As long as you have great idea inside you, bring it up. Tell yourself you can do it. The greatest thing I've ever done to myself is to believe in myself. I believe what I can do, and I tell myself every now and then, I can achieve anything I set my mind to do. I'm a passionate person, and I'm sure that if you have all this quality in you, you should be passionate, you should have a clear vision, you should be determined. The world will be your work path. And that is my advice for you. Do not give up. Irrespective of the challenges, run with them. And you will realize that as long as you begin to run with challenges of life, you will see challenges of life loses their value over you. And that is one thing I believe. And I believe that this will resonate with you and you can become great. And I see you at the top. Well, for me, for the government, I would advise the government are trying the best, but it's so unfortunate that the best is not good enough. Let's look at the direction of the SDG, that was established, introduced in 2015, talking about SDG 2030 goals and everything. To me, I would say it's so unfortunate that for what we are seeing now, to be honest, I don't see us achieving that at 2030, and that alone will probably going to give us a bad record as a society and as a government. Why do I say so? We said by 2030, no poverty. We say by 2030, good health. We say by 2030, nobody will go hungry, right? But so far so good. We're in a government whereby, in a circumstance whereby insecurity is affecting us. COVID is playing a major role. Other illness is coming up. So, and the government is being distracted by certain things whereby they are not supposed to. Remember, where there is no vision, the people perish. If I happen to be in a position in government, yes, challenges will be there, like I said, but I will never, never miss my focus for what I want to achieve, which is the SDG by 2030. Every passion, every breath in me, everything I've gotten in life, we focus more on 2030 just to ensure I want to leave a mark. Like this government, probably in a few months, few years from now, this government, another government will come in place. But guess what? Someone started something, the Vision 2020. Were we able to achieve it? No. Now 2030 is coming now. In less than 9 years, we'll be there. So I don't see us achieving that. So for my advice to this government, focus on more on what you say you will do. Don't be an echo, be a voice. Yes, the citizen will say a lot. Citizen will demand so much. We are human. According to economists, human want is insatisfiable. We always want more. But as a government, focus on what you say you won't do. That is my own to this government. Don't be distracted. The other day we saw what happened in Twitter. Government has nothing to do with banning Twitter. In my own, if I happen to be in position, what I want to do is what I will do. Infrastructure, yeah, this government is trying. But now, Nigeria is becoming the headquarters of poverty. So are we going to achieve our Vision 30 today? I'm sorry to say this. I know I'm part of people who vote for this government and so on, but so unfortunate. In 2015, we voted for person. In quote, Abyere, we didn't vote for party because we're tired of change. And we're tired of the circumstance that we want change. But in 2019, we didn't vote for person anymore. We voted for party. But so unfortunate, Abyere came in place again. So I'm appealing to this government. I'm young, I have all the strength, I have everything it takes to achieve my goals. But it's not everybody out there that have the same capacity, mental capacity, strength like me. Provide enabling environment for people to strive on. Tell us that this is what you're going to do and keep to it. Take away insecurity. Give us good electricity. Give us enabling environment to strive. Reduce the taxes. As a business, taxes is killing us. Reduce it. We can't import goods these days. The Naira is something else. We can't even use it to buy anything. So, and when I was coming up in life, I was told that we are the future as a kid, that we are the future of tomorrow. As of today now, in fact, I'm still hearing that. I've not seen it come to play. The government, people are in power, they don't want to leave. Give us a chance. People that have built capacity, give them chance. Entrust certain position in their hand. I love what happened in the FCC. The chairman is a young guy, and I'm sure he's going to do a great thing. They have the strength. They can think, they can read. They have the speed. They have the tenacity to achieve anything. The old people, they don't have all it takes to fulfill vision. Even we are young. Vision is not something about we fulfill in one day. Certain things, just like what is happening in Dubai, a vision is not for us. It's for us to just start it. And people will come and narrate for probably where we're going to stop. So for me, my final advice is Nigeria government should keep to their word, should be more focused on their vision, and should do everything it takes. Even though they're not going to achieve SDG by 2030, let the next set of people that are coming on board to see, you know what, this last government did great job. Now let's start from here. Not that you're taking us back or people taking us back. The government are going to come after this government will take us back. Let's start again, have a vision. No, a vision is something where you start. When people come on board to join you, they will see it. And what the footprint will be there and they'll begin to run with it. Not for them to start thinking, okay, well, let's start another vision. No, it shouldn't be that way. So my advice is that they should focus on what is more important and should not be distracted by the circumstances or the demand from citizens. Thank you.